Thank you very much, Tony. It's actually hard to make a speech a serious one after you have all these fun and happy faces, but I'll try. Faculty members, student, member of graduating class of 2012, family, friends, and distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is really pleasure as well as honor for me to be part of this very pleasant, happy, joyful evening, celebrating the achievement of such an impressive graduating class. I actually thought long and hard about what angle to take for this remark. In my work, I'm always considering global economic prospect when I'm thinking about our future. So the first thing I did was to check global prospect from our World Bank forecast group. This is kind of like checking the local weather forecast. Of course, on your Apple or your phone, you can always have that run easily. And here is what they said. Persistent headwind expected to keep GDP modest. Crisis management remains the concern. So when thinking about a theme that reflects the economic environment you are entering as you graduate, I was thinking something along the lines of rocky road. It's not just a flavor of ice cream. Or good luck, you're gonna need it. But then I was reminded that graduation speech should be more uplifting and inspirational. At least it should not scare you so much, because you have a very pleasant and happy, all those speeches by, who's Michael? I was envying you a lot, actually. I don't want to scare you so much that you don't want to graduate, actually. In all seriousness, what I would like to talk about tonight is about change as opportunity. I really do believe that change, especially some of the seismic change that we are experiencing now and will experience in the coming decades, can offer remarkable opportunity, especially to those who know how to think rigorously about international issues and are committed to service such as yourself. In the economic arena, the change we have seen recently have been fast and dramatic. In the 1990s, developing countries, including Indonesia, accounted for about 1/5 of global growth. Today, they are engine driving the global economy, and over the past 10 years, developing countries have grown nearly 4 times faster than developed economy. The 5 emerging market economies, as you are all maybe know by the name of BRIC, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, together now represent almost half of the world population, with a combined GDP nominal about $13.6 trillion. Emerging market economy have been pivotal to the changing international economic order. As the world tried to pull out of the recent economic crisis and still continuing now, it was clear that the traditional G7 could not do it alone, although they are now having a meeting. Emerging market economy and countries held the key to global economic stabilization and recovery. And so we have seen the shift from G7 or G8 to the G20 as a global policy coordinating group. I was actually among the ministers who actually communicated during this 2008 crisis, when all the head of state is actually scrambling and telephoning each other because they see the world is almost collapsing. and ask what kind of forum in which head of state need to discuss and to coordinate policy action to prevent the global economy from collapsing. Many ministers of finance communicating in the G20 forum, and we think at that time that the G20 is the most ready platform, and that's why the G20 leader was born. That was in the 2009. It is now this broader group of countries that needs to seek a new global growth model, jointly addressing the issue of job creation in the face of demographic change, food security in the face of climate change, and inequality in the face of structural change. These changes in the economic arena are being mirrored by tectonic shifts in the social and political landscape. The march to the democratization of development has been changed through instant access of information or to information and also global communication, including through Facebook and Twitter. Last year, Arab Spring's revolution were a manifestation of this. Information can now spread so far and so fast. On the one hand, it can complicate decision-making by policymakers. But on the other hand, information itself has become a strong agent of globalization and change. This change in the economic and social landscape will bring major opportunities, but it is opportunity through meeting challenges. Traditional players such as Europe and the United States will not dominate trade, aid, foreign policy, and other arenas as they once did. And emerging countries will also have huge issues to resolve if they are to continue to grow and address poverty and deprivation. Addressing global imbalances will require action by developed and developing countries alike. The need for coordination and collaboration is becoming even more important and clear. Countries will need to resist resorting to a race to the bottom through protectionist policy. Rather, what the world needs is an environment of competition, but competition for excellence. This is where you're coming in. This is where the opportunity lies for you as individual, but also for your countries. This is the new landscape for new leadership. And as you enter this new landscape, I would leave you with 3 pieces of advice.